What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out the eTrailer RV cargo carrier, and this is going to be mounted to your bumper. So if you look down there, you can see the arms mount to the bumper. You don't have to drill any holes to attach it. You might have to drill some to do the support arms to help it not put too much pressure on that bumper over time. But overall, it's going to be good to load up all that gear on your rig that you don't want inside. You can move it outside. Let's check it out. This version of the RV carrier is going to be 24 by 84 inches. So this is going to be the biggest kit we sell of this one. So other things I'd like to mention with the other ones was that I like that they can grow with you. You could always add that extension there to make it a little bit bigger. But by this time, you know that you have a lot of gear and you want it all outside your rig. This is the good option for you. Now you can still add an extension to this one, but just so you know, that'll make it pretty long. We're already at the ends of our rig now. You don't want to go past the sides. So just make sure you have the length of the rig to add that extension before you get it. Going over the gear that we have on the cargo carrier, we have a bigger tote here. You can see it takes up the whole end. Then we have 3 totes here, smaller ones. These are 5 gallons. We have a generator in the middle. We have 2 coolers here, a longer cooler and a smaller one. And then we have 4 totes right here in total. So those are also the 5 gallons. They're stacked up on top of each other. So that's just to give you a better idea of how much actually fits on this cargo carrier. So you can see they can hold a lot of gear. There would still be room to move things around if you didn't want all the totes out here. If you had to put something else, there'd still be plenty of room. I mentioned you didn't have to drill any holes to install the carrier onto the bumper. Now you will have to drill holes if you want to add the support bracket, and that's easy enough to do. This is what you're going to get with this. Now it comes with the cargo carriers and what this is for. And now this is going to support your bumper. So you see this is a pretty big cargo carrier here. Weight capacity is 500 pounds. So you're going to be loading this up with stuff. And over time, it's going to eventually hurt that bumper. It's going to weigh down on it. The welds themselves could start to show cracks. This is going to prevent that from happening. So you will have to drill some holes to get this installed, whether you have a regular bumper, an I-beam, or an S-beam. This will install on there. You'll drill that on the holes, and this will now support that bumper so that even if it weighs down over time, it's got this keeping that bumper supported and those welds nice. Take a look at this while it's already installed. You can see, maybe have a better idea of how it actually does help the bumper and the beam. So you can see right where those welds are, that's where the bracket goes and follows along, and underneath kind of giving that extra support. So if it starts to sag a little bit, or just the carrier pulls down on that beam right on those fragile welds, you can see that it's going to help support it and keep it upright and not bend down. So that over time is going to keep it looking better. Before I go and unload this and we take a closer look at the carrier, I just want to point out one of the nice features is this 3-inch wall here all around the outside. So not only is that going to be good to wrap straps around, you see we've kind of done something different on every time we put one of those straps on there. It's nice that it's an open floor design too, so didn't even use the outside rung on this one, but we did over here and here on the sides we did. And that's a nice 3-inch buffer. Also, if something was to come loose and something goes to shift, it's not going to be just a flat piece of metal where it can just fall up there. It's going to hit this and stop it so you can strap it back down. With the straps undone, it's going to go ahead and unload all the cargo so you can get a better idea of how much is actually fitting on here. Right away, let's go over some measurements. I already told you it's going to be 84 inches wide. It's going to be 24 inches long. But another measurement we probably should get is from the bumper out to see how much it adds to the back of your rig. So from the bumper all the way out here, let's see, it's about 26 inches it sticks out. So that's a decent amount. Now you can do something about that. You can actually fold it up and out of the way. So how you do that, I'm going to set the tape measure down. We're going to move one of the pins from each of the support arms. You just kind of push down on that, pull it out, slide that pin out, set it aside because you can pin it back up when you fold it up. I'm just going to go down the line and do the same thing on all of them. With all the pins out of the way, you can fold it up against our rig and replace the pins. You see there'll be other ones that line up right there to hold it up and in place. Now with it folded up, let's see how far it sticks out. So from the bumper, the furthest out point is going to be right about here, maybe 7 inches. To compare this to some of the other RV cargo carriers I work with, I did get hands-on with the Jenny Go, and that one's not just for generators, but it's mainly that's what it is. It's going to have a flat piece of metal on the bottom with shorter sides around the outside, and that one works pretty well. You can expand on it also, but that one doesn't give me confidence. This one gives me the confidence. Like I said, it looks strong because it is strong, and I've knocked on it, but like the bars and everything, the open design, just the seams, just looking at it, that's gonna last longer and hold up to what I needed it to. The Jenny Goes didn't give me that confidence. Plus, when you go to move that one around, depending on how you mount it, there's a lot more bolts and going on with that one, so you have to take apart a lot of stuff to move it around. So they say that it is customizable, but there's a lot more that goes on in this. This one, I like the fact that there is quite a bit of bolts, but not as many as that one, so it's not that hard to put together or take apart or take the extension out of either. All in all, I really like this cargo carrier. I think it really works with your rig. I like that you can expand on it. Now, this one is the most expanded kit that we have, but just the ability to do that, if you have a little bit of a bigger rig, you somehow need another extension there, you can still do that. You can even scale it down if you're not taking that much gear with you. You don't want all the excess room in there. You can scale it down, and that's up to you, and I like that option to have. Another one is that it folds up against the rig. Not all the cargo carriers can do that, so if it's unloaded like this, I might as well just fold it up and not take up all that space. It's got a lot of good things going for it, and I think it's gonna help you get all your gear on the outside and save you room on the inside. Well, I think that does it. Thanks for hanging out. I hope this helped.